And so community leaders wanted to create a systematic, dynamic program that would help motivate, challenge, guide, and nurture black youth so that they could maximize their God-given potential. And so with that idea came the Center for Leadership Development in January of 1977, and we've been going strong ever since.
Can you tell me, where does the passion that you have, I can see it all through you, where did it come from for the love for our youth in our community?
I would say it's probably a combination of my faith and my own upbringing and my understanding of that upbringing of the challenges that so many young people face, because I was one of those who faced those challenges, but also recognizing with the challenge that there are so many opportunities out there to help empower young people who are dealing with challenges. I had so many people in my life who were helping me, and it just seemed natural that once I became of age that I would get into an environment or get into an avocation where I could then start returning favor and turning thanks by giving some of the same support and encouragement to young people just as others gave to me.
Tell me some individuals who were your support group that made you into the individual you are today.
I would say first and foremost my father. He is a wonderful man. In fact, I always say I'm honored to know him. That's how much regard and esteem I have for my father. And in fact, my mother passed when I was 5 years old, and I'm the youngest of 8 children. So my father ended up rearing about 8 children, ages 5 to 13. So I literally honor the pavement on which he walks. I would also say that my role models growing up were members of my church. And in Tabernacle Presbyterian Church, they had a wonderful sports program. And so the people, the coaches that we had associated with that program, those are some of the great influences in my life.
You know, I have to jump back and snatch when you said your father, how great your father is. Did I hear you right? Your mother passed when you was 5?
That's right.
And there's 8 of you all, and your father raised from 5 years old to 13-year-olds?
Well, that's right. I was the 5-year-old. So you knew he had problems.
How did your father do it?
A whole lot of prayer, a whole lot of hard work, and a tremendous work ethic, a tremendous focus on the business at hand. He had his priorities in order, and his priorities were family and God and family. And he went about his business as if those were the 2 priorities.
So can you tell me some like success stories of individuals who have went through, some alumni who have went through the Center for Leadership Development?
Sure. There's a gentleman by the name of Dr. Michael Witt, who was a CLD alum who recently served as a professor of technology and engineering at Purdue, and who recently took a job at Miami-Dade County to become a dean of technology at that school. There are a number of individuals in this city and outside of the city who are doctors, teachers, lawyers, community leaders, and I think more importantly, individuals who are just great parents and great citizens. And I think some of the greatest leaders are people who are doing extremely wonderful jobs as parents. And a number of those have come through the CLD program. There's Mr. Derek Mays, who's a graduate of CLD, who spent time in the NFL. He's a CLD alum. And so the list really goes on and on. Since the founding in 1977, we've had about 15,000 people go through one of the CLD experiences. So there are a number of young people.
Now let's talk about the corporate community, the business community. As I look, I've been to the Center for Leadership Development dinner, awards dinner, recently. And how is it that you have a plethora of corporations that's eager to partner with CLD?
Well, from the nonprofit perspective, I think it's oftentimes easy to go to corporate America and say, we need money, will you help us? Well, I would say that doesn't resonate with them. Our corporate community has been so responsive, and I'm thankful to them for it, but I think it's been because we've been able to show the corporate community the interrelatedness between their mission and the mission of the Center for Leadership Development. We don't go for a handout. We go because we say, this is what's important to the community. We want to see college graduates. We want to see young people who are motivated to excel, because one day those young people will become adults and they will occupy positions in your corporations. We are helping to build that pipeline. So we go to them with a message that shows the interconnectedness between what we do every day at CLD and what those corporations are trying to recruit in terms of talent and human potential.
Mm-hmm. So can you tell me, where do you see CLD going in the future? Or some people might say this is the apex. How can you go past this? What's your response to that?
Well, I humbly say that our ambition, our aspiration is to create for the city of Indianapolis one of the strongest youth development enterprises in the country, dedicated to helping black youth excel. I think the goal and the aspiration has to be so tremendous because the problems are so tremendous. And I believe that if we can lead the nation in so many other negative statistics that bedog us, high incarceration rates, high dropout rates, high college attrition rates, high incidence of murder, et cetera, then we ought to be able to start setting our goals just as high on the positive side of the ledger. We want to lead the nation in the percentage of African American youth who are going to college and graduating. We want to lead the nation in the per capita number of blacks in a community who are doctors and teachers and lawyers. I mean, wouldn't it be great to be able to say that of all the major metropolitan cities in the nation, can you believe that the city of Indianapolis has the largest professional group of blacks per capita in any country or any city in the nation? We have that kind of aspirational level for our young people.
Let me play devil's advocate. Some people might say, you must be crazy. How in the world can you motivate? You know how they say, you can't motivate young people to do anything. They're all about watching TV, video games, texting, and iPods. How do you generate that passion that you have to transfer that into your students who come through the program?
Well, I would say to the devil's advocate that young people will indeed do all those things if that's what we are nurturing them and encouraging them and expecting them to do. But I would say that we have this expectation of high achievement in our community as a visionary aspiration because we have this level of strong positive expectation of the young people that we serve. So we have an expectation of the young people that they will do these great things, and it's not just a standard, but it's an expectation. A standard says this is the high level we see. The expectation says there's a high level, but we believe that you can attain to that high standard. And we believe it with all of our heart, but there are things you're going to have to do to make it happen. But we are right there with you to make it happen. And then again, for those people who would doubt, I would say look no further than me. There was a potential for me to do negative things or positive things, but the nurturing, the expectation, the positive reinforcement made all the difference in the world for me and so many other people. I'm not special. I think that same positive reinforcement, the same positive messages, the same high expectational level that was given to me can be given to thousands of young people. There's an expression that says, if you aim for nothing, you'll hit it every time. Low expectations, low outcome. Our expectation is we aim for the highest, and we work hard, and we drive with all of our passion to make it happen.
So how do you get the youth to get involved? What's your marketing technique to get more youth involved in CLD?
Believe it or not, to tell young people that success is a reality or a strong possibility for them, and to put before them so many people who have already been successful. But also with that, to tell the young people, guess what? You care about success. We know you do. This is an environment that's actually going to help you achieve the goals that you say you want to achieve. And by the way, we care about you. We love you, and we want to help you succeed. That expression, looking for love in all the wrong places. We understand that fundamentally a lot of young people are looking for love. I mean, genuine love. And when they find that in the environment, then it actually helps them aspire and work hard and excel. I think that's the draw.
Yes, sir. Here's Mr. Dennis Bland, the president of the Center for Leadership Development